Hi, welcome to 889. My name is Tyler, and today we're together for a 20-minute class focused around stretching the lower part of your body. For this class, you're going to need a strap. Just a little extra caveat for you. So if you have a strap, what I want you to do is, with the buckle, is make a tiny loop at the end of the strap. And just to get a rough measurement, we will be putting it on the middle of your foot. So thinking of it as in the center of your foot, all the toes are comfortable on the other side, and you can sort of tighten it and just make sure that's customized for you before we get started. Once you have that loophole on your strap, don't put it on your foot just yet, just have it beside your mat within arm's reach, and we're gonna start on our backside. First part of this session is just dropping in. Let's have our feet on the floor about hip socket distance, palms down, and maybe tuck your shoulder heads underneath you. Close the eyes, and just begin the process of consciously, deliberately channeling a deeper way of breathing in. And a longer, maybe louder exhale. Do it again. Inhale, think maximally filling up the front of your body, laterally the sides of your body, and posteriorly the back of your body, wide with oxygen. And then exhale, let it all go. Let's do it one more time. Really do challenge the capacity to increase the volume inside of you. And then whenever you hit that mark, exhale all that breath out. Next breath is going to be in through the nose, and whenever you feel full, I want you to exhale through your nose. Now we're just starting to kind of regulate that tempo. Maybe finding a pause at the top of your breath when you're absolutely full. And maybe finding a pause at the bottom of your exhale when you're totally empty. There's no rush. Just notice the quality of your body, maybe the tone of your tissues, your muscles, and how breathing slow might influence that grip that we find ourselves in, kind of an autopilot throughout the day. So make the first part of this class like a soft integration into really sitting on your mat and noticing what you notice. Good. Take one more breath just like that, having it, hearing it, feeling it. And then we're going to keep that pattern alive and active, and we're going to come to our strap now, and we're going to put it on our foot. So you already have the loophole, and it's already the perfect size for the width of your foot. We'll start with the right foot first, and I want you to put it on with the buckle facing the outside edge of your foot, so you could think pinky toe side. So if you pull on it, it forces your foot to go into eversion a little bit. Have the extra dangles of the strap over onto the right side, and we'll just start with a very simple stretch of the back of the leg. So with both hands on the strap, you have your left foot on the floor. See if you can pull your toes down towards you like you were standing on the ceiling, and then start to pull the thigh towards you. And then just notice where you start to feel like a pull or a tautness to the back portion of your thigh, your hamstring muscles. Take a moment there and just kind of pulse, breathe, just notice what's going on there. Something I like to take stock of is when I pull my thigh bone towards me, do I automatically flatten out my low back? So is it possible to keep a neutral curve in your low back spine as you pull your thigh towards you? It might not come as close, but you might feel maybe more of a dominant stretch on the back side of that right leg. Keep trying to pull the toenails down towards your lower abdomen like you're getting taller through the heel bone. Good. Now from here, what I want you to do is slide your left leg straight out and think heel heavy to the floor like you're standing on the wall in front of you. And then we're going to take the strap and we're going to put it behind our neck, but I want the strap to touch the right side of your neck. You'll lift up your head and you'll put the strap behind and you'll catch the extra tether with your left hand. Okay, and then from there, you can just have your left arm out to the side. Let's drop our skull back to the floor. Okay, so in this setup, what we're going to do, and you could have your left elbow on the floor, is we're just going to take the right leg out to the right as far as we can go. I would have your right hand on the strap as well, and then pause. So the aim here is not to let your whole body roll off to the right. I still have a really good kind of grounding through my back left pocket, my left heel. I'm just taking it out a little bit, as far as I can go within those parameters. Now to get a little bit more out of this, with our right hand, I want you to actually press down on the straps. It's going to force you to go a little bit deeper, but instead of just dropping into that depth, see if you can resist it a little bit. So can you push your right foot? So if I wasn't touching it with my right hand, the foot would go all the way over to the left. So I want you to think about making just a tiny kind of isometric squeeze here. So the muscles are engaged. It doesn't look like I'm doing anything, but I'm resisting, pushing down on the strap here with my foot moving up. See if you can feel a little bit of that inner thigh activity. Maybe gradually increase that feeling, right? This isn't going to be like a big chore, but just enough. And then I want you to let go of that effort and then let the legs sink a little deeper. Good. From there, we're going to take the leg all the way back up towards center. Lift your head, take the strap, and now the strap's going to face the left side of your neck. So take it on the left side of your neck and then feed the extra strap pieces over towards the right side. From there, what we're going to do is now hold the strap with your left arm. Hold it with your right arm. And then we're going to take it over towards the left. Okay, so we're coming into adduction. So the leg crosses over. Same trick though. So this could be a really deep stretch for your outer thigh tissues, or you could coast yourself into a deeper stretch by just placing a little bit of weight onto the strap with your free hand, your left hand. And you're kind of noticing what is that like. And then if you want to play the same game, you can resist. So try to kick your foot. If my left hand wasn't here, I'd be kicking over to the right, but instead I'm just kind of playing with this isometric squeeze. This side is way more intense for me, so it's kind of unusual to contract these lateral thigh tissues, for me at least. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel like a little bit of something there. Breathing the way we started the class. Maybe amplify that a little bit. My leg is shaking. And then from here, we're just going to simply drop into that left side. So just leaning a little more, no more pushing with your left hand. Just kind of pulse there and notice what's up. Good. And then we'll take the leg all the way back up towards center. From here, lift your head, and then we're going to take the strap in both arms. You can place your head back on the floor. Take the arms straight up, just above your skull. And from here, what I want you to do is slide the left leg to the front left corner of the mat, and then let the strap run through your fingers, and then we'll place the right leg on top of the left. So it's kind of like we're going to do the big banana body stretch, right? So my feet are at the top left side of your mat. From there, we're going to use the strap to really pull us into a deeper side bend. So pull the strap overhead, and then from here, we'll keep the strap in the right hand, but I want you to slide, and maybe have the image of a bow and arrow for this. I'm going to slide the left arm about halfway down, and then I'm going to pull the band over towards the left side of the room. So my left arm is pretty close to the floor. From there, to choke up on this and get a little more of that side bend, that lateral flexion, I'm going to walk my right hand down the strap. And as I do so, I'm creating more of this side arc. Okay, so really punching the left arm straight towards the wall, and then letting that whole right side take on the kind of main stage of that stretch. Maybe walking the right arm a little closer down, or even sliding the left arm further away from you. See if you can inhale a little bit longer. Try to think of the inhale as just a component of the stretch. Good. One more breath like that. And then from here, let's slide the left hand to meet the right. You can take your upper body into the center of the mat. Pull your right leg up. pause and then again, choke up on the strap. So we're gonna walk our arms up towards that right foot, remove your shoulders from the floor, and then just pause here. Pull that leg a little bit closer, definitely flattening out your low back for this. And then what I want you to do is just let go of the strap and then just kind of pause in this, traditional ab crunch. We're just gonna be here for another second or two. Try to lift up through your sternum, maybe gazing at the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly on your inhale, lower your upper body, your head to the floor, grab the strap, and then bend your knee. Okay? From here, we're just gonna come into a half happy baby. So I'm just gonna pull. You can let your left leg come into the center here, but pull your right knee a little wider to the floor. Do that without lifting your left hip up. Good. And then you take that leg, bend the left, and we'll just do the switch. So you might have to release that loop a little bit. And remember, the buckle goes onto the outside edge of the foot. Right leg is bent. Have the strap tethers over to the left side. Take the left leg straight up, and then just get accustomed to stretching on this side. Maybe pulsing, pulling, definitely breathing. Noticing when you pull your left foot towards you, do you flatten out your low back? Try to think of there being a very minimal pocket of space here. We're not moving the pelvis, rather we're just coming into hip flexion here. And maybe just pause, you feel something interesting. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into our first movement with the legs. So let's take that strap to the left side of the neck, lift your head, and put the strap underneath your head, and we'll catch the extra pieces with the right side. From here, we're going to find that we'll be taking the leg into abduction, so away from the center of the body. You can slide your right foot long, press down through the heel bone, and then from here, just take your left leg out to the left, only so far as you don't roll your whole body over to the left. Maybe holding on with the right arm, so it's a little passive. Take your left hand on top of the strap and then just tease it, press down a little bit. Ooh. And then find that resisting. So we're pushing up with our left foot as we push down with our left hand. So we're contracting a lot of those inside seam tissues, your inner adductors. Oh, it's kind of like an ab exercise as well. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, and then let go of the effort. Let the leg drop just a little bit, but without rolling to the left. Whew. Come all the way back up with the leg. Lift your head, and then take that strap over towards the right side of your neck, extra pieces onto the left, dropping your head down. The strap pieces are in the left hand. We're going to take the left leg over to the left. Try to do this with the back of your pelvis really heavy, fused to the floor. Take your right hand to the strap and then just press down on it, and you'll go a little deeper, maybe enjoying that stretch or choosing to push up against that. So trying to lift your left leg over to the left, pressing down. It's blocked by the right hand. Whew. Very spicy, very tricky. You wouldn't think that this was like a big move, but it is, for me at least. Pushing, pushing, squeezing, maybe increasing that effort. 3, 2, 1. Relax it. Let the leg drop a little bit. It will, definitely a couple degrees. And then we'll take that leg all the way back up to center. Take the strap in both hands, and then we're going to take that strap overhead. Okay, so we have both arms on the strap. Take your right leg to the front right corner of the mat, and then feed the strap through your hands, and then just reach your left leg and cross the ankles on top of the right. From there, we're going to come into that big banana stretch, so think bow and arrow. I'm going to take my arms overhead. I'm going to keep my left hand on the strap, but I'm going to take my right arm down the middle of the strap, and then I'm going to reach that arm straight out towards the right. Okay, so the right arm is very close to the floor, the left arm is overhead. If I want to make this more interesting, I'm going to walk my left hand down the strap, which is going to force my body to side bend a little more, and I'm pushing into this strap. All right, so it'll take like a little fandangling, right, to figure it out. Maybe reaching that right arm closer to your feet, right? So it doesn't have to be straight out in front of you. It could be a little bit on an angle down. Again, walking, choking up on it, pulling, and breathing. Both sides will be a little bit different. one more deep breath like that. Again, really showcasing the rib muscles, those intercostal muscles. Good. Let's slide that strap all the way back towards center, overhead. Take your body towards the middle of the mat. Lift that left leg up. And then see if you can choke up on it one last time. So pulling towards you. It's a deeper hamstring stretch. Starting to lift your head, round your spine. See how high up you can walk up towards the left foot. Good. Keep that and then let go of the strap and just kind of hold and breathe. It's like you're trying to draw your front abdominal muscles in and down as you flex your spine, right? These anterior muscles, your six-pack muscles essentially, their big job is to round the spine. I would encourage you to breathe into your back body right now. For 5, 4, 3, lift through your sternum, 2, 1. Grab onto the strap with the left hand. You can bend that left knee and then drop your head down and then just come into that half happy baby. So maybe both hands on the strap if you wish. Pull, so as if the front of the left thigh would come down to the floor. Can you do that without rolling your right hip off the floor? It's not wrong if you did lift your hip, but we're just kind of using the level pelvis as a neutral for this class. Good, and then we'll bend the right leg, and then we'll just take that strap off. Mine is really tight, and it's like choking my foot right now. Good, take the strap off, and then from there you can just take it over to the side of the room here. We don't need it anymore. Take both legs up, just because we were stretching them, and then pull your toes towards your face as you reach your heel bones up, okay? So again, maximum stretch on the backs of the legs. Take both hands to the floor, palm down, shoulders pressed. And then what I want you to do is keep straight legs and no bend in the knees, but we're gonna, if my thumbs were knees, you'll see, we're gonna externally rotate, so toes and knees out to the side. Okay, legs stay straight, but I just rotated on that straight line. It's an axial rotation. Now see if you can pull toes to the midline, even as if you're coming into the toes touching. So think internal rotation. The knees, the fronts of the shins, the thighs are rolling inwards. See if you can repeat that. So external rotation, internal rotation. The whole time we're stretching the backs of the legs, but we're just rotating inside the hip socket, both of them. Now, if you like this, stay here. If you want a little more, I'm going to encourage you to keep this pattern. So the whole time I'm pulling my toenails down, my feet are flat, and I'm rotating through the thigh bone. And I'm going to start to maybe, if I want, take the legs a little wider. Right? And we've been here before, but with the strap. So we don't have the strap anymore, and we're just making it a little extra fancy. Can I keep rotating and turning through the musculature of my legs as I come into this straddle shape? You'll notice that the rotations get harder to produce the wider your legs get, especially that internal rotation. Just do your best. We'll be here at the widest point rotating for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just simply continue with that pattern as we slowly take the legs to come all the way back up towards center, getting deep into those hip capsule tissues. And then once we're back to where we started, point the toes. That should feel like a bit of a relief. And then slow motion, lower the right foot to the floor, maybe with your inhale. Drop it down, and then take the left foot, slow motion to the floor, without really letting your ribs kind of dome up to the ceiling. Good. And then reflex through your ankles so you have flat feet. Slide both feet to the 2 front corners of your mat. See if you can take your palms up towards the ceiling. So, and then again, lean your back shoulders into the floor, maybe wider with the arms. Take a big inhale through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. Almost like the exhale was like leaning you into the floor, like you're kind of melding yourself into the floor below. Do that one more time, breathing in, thinking of trying to reach the ceiling with your front body. And the exhale, sort of melding your back body into the space below you. And just notice your effort, notice the legs, the backs of the legs. And then you can let your breathing go. And you are all done this session. Thank you so much for joining me. Take a break if you can. Enjoy Shavasana, and I'll see you next time.